Welcome back to USA Coins 1. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and underrated coins in American numismatic history, the Liberty 1967 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it might look like just another old penny from your change jar, but once you understand its background, its hidden details, and its market potential, you'll realize this small copper coin can be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. So sit back, because this story is going to open your eyes to the incredible world of US coins and the hidden treasures that could be sitting right in your pocket. Let's begin with the story. The year 1967 was a time of transition for American coinage. The US Mint was under huge pressure due to the coin shortage of the mid-1960s. Silver was being phased out of dimes and quarters, and the Mint was experimenting with new metals, new minting techniques, and even new production limits. During this time, no mint marks appeared on coins, including our 1967 Lincoln penny, because the government wanted to discourage collectors from hoarding coins from specific mints. That's why you will not see a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco on any 1967 penny. All of them were struck without mint marks. But that doesn't mean they're all the same. Far from it, the 1967 Lincoln penny was struck in copper alloy, 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing about 3.11 grams. The design is, of course, the classic Abraham Lincoln portrait by Victor David Brenner, a design that first appeared in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. On the reverse, you have the Lincoln Memorial, added in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of his birth. What makes the 1967 issue special is not just the metal or design, but the story behind how and why it was minted during one of the most complex years in U.S. minting history. Now, let's talk about what collectors look for in these coins. Because the mint produced over 3 billion pennies in 1967, most are common, but there are rare varieties that command huge premiums in today's market. The first thing you should check is the condition. A circulated 1967 penny may only be worth face value, but an uncirculated example, with original luster and no scratches, can bring $1 to $10 or more depending on grade. Proof coins, which were struck with special mirrored surfaces for collectors, are where the true value starts to shine. These proofs were minted at the San Francisco facility but were still struck without the S mint mark. A brilliant proof example can fetch between $15 and $50 or more depending on demand, but that's just the start. Error coins from 1967 are where things get really exciting. Because the mint was under immense production pressure, mistakes slipped through. You can find double die obverse, where the lettering or Lincoln's features appear doubled. You might see off-center strikes, broad strikes, or coins struck on foreign planchets. Some of these errors can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their type and visibility. One known 1967 Lincoln penny with a major double die sold for several $100s in auction. Another off-center strike sold for more than $500. So before you dismiss your 1967 pennies, take a close look. You might be holding a hidden gem. Let's move to grading and market trends. The coin market for vintage Lincoln cents has seen steady growth in recent years, especially for coins in high mint state grades certified by PCGS or NGC. A 1967 Lincoln penny graded MS67 read by PCGS can be worth several $100s, sometimes reaching into the $800 or even $900 range depending on current collector demand. That's right, a 1-cent coin potentially worth nearly $900. The average auction record hovers around $898.959 for a top-graded red example, an amazing return for a coin many people still overlook. The reason for this value is rarity combined with condition. Out of billions minted, only a handful survive in pristine red condition without carbon spots or toning. These coins, when slabbed and certified, become treasures for serious Lincoln cent enthusiasts. Collectors today pay top dollar for beautifully preserved examples because the market for high-grade small cents is hotter than ever. Another interesting fact is that 1967 pennies often show unique copper toning. Over time, the surface can develop shades of red, brown, or even rainbow-like hues. Coins that display natural, attractive toning can sometimes bring premium prices, especially when graded as red-brown or full red. Collectors love originality, and that gives such coins an artistic appeal that transcends their face value. Historically, the 1967 penny represents the resilience of American coinage. Even during economic uncertainty, rising metal prices, and minting challenges, the U.S. Mint maintained its tradition of excellence. It continued to produce billions of coins that carried the face of one of the nation's greatest leaders, Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of unity, freedom, and progress. For collectors, owning a 1967 penny isn't just about money, it's about holding a small piece of American history in your hand. Now let's talk about the investment perspective. While not every 1967 penny will make you rich, focusing on condition and errors can be a smart move. Coins in high mint state grades or with dramatic minting errors continue to appreciate in value. Market analysts and auction data suggest that prices for red MS-67 coins have remained strong and stable over the last few years. As collectors complete their Lincoln cent sets, the demand for high-quality 1967 examples continues to rise. So if you have one, protect it. Store it in a holder, avoid cleaning it, and consider professional grading if it appears flawless. The modern coin market rewards knowledge and patience. Even though millions of 1967 pennies are still out there, most are heavily circulated. That's why uncirculated coins or error examples are the ones that stand out. Some collectors specialize entirely in 1960s Lincoln cents because they capture a turning point in the mint's history, the end of silver coins, the rise of modern alloys, and the start of mass production without mint marks. If you're just starting your coin collecting journey, the 1967 Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how value is not just about rarity, but about story, condition, and demand. It teaches you how to look closer, research varieties, and appreciate craftsmanship. And if you already have a collection, take another look at your older pennies. That small copper coin from 1967 could be your hidden treasure. Let's recap the key highlights. The 1967 Lincoln penny was struck without mint marks. It's made of 95% copper. Circulated examples are common, but uncirculated and proof examples can be worth significantly more. Error varieties, double dies, off-center strikes, and other minting mistakes can reach hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And the top-graded MS-67 red examples are valued close to $898.959 in today's market. That's a lot of money for a coin that most people overlook every day. So next time you come across a 1967 penny in your change, don't toss it aside. Examine it carefully under good light. Check the lettering, the edges, and the overall luster. That tiny piece of copper might hold more value than you think. Whether you're a collector, an investor, or just curious about the hidden history in your pocket, the 1967 Lincoln penny is a reminder that treasures don't always come in gold or silver. Sometimes, they come in copper. Thank you for watching USA Coins 1, your ultimate source for rare coin discoveries, hidden values, and the fascinating stories behind every coin. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss another exciting deep dive into US coins worth a lot of money. Share this video with your friends, because who knows, they might have a 1967 Lincoln penny sitting in a jar that's worth hundreds of dollars. Stay tuned, stay curious, and keep searching. Until next time, this is USA Coins 1, uncovering history, one coin at a time. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most incredible and often overlooked coins in American history, the 1976 Lincoln penny. This coin, minted in Denver, might look like an ordinary cent to many, but its true story, hidden details, and collector value can surprise you. Some examples of this penny have reached jaw-dropping prices of nearly $898,958 in the coin market. Yes, you heard that right. Almost $900,000 for a 1-cent coin. Let's explore how and why this simple copper coin could be worth such an unbelievable fortune. The 1976 Lincoln penny carries the image of one of the most iconic presidents in U.S. history, Abraham Lincoln. His portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner, has appeared on the penny since 1909. The D Mint mark under the date represents the Denver Mint, one of the main facilities responsible for producing billions of U.S. coins. The 1976 D penny is especially fascinating because it was minted during the American Bicentennial Year, a celebration of 200 years of freedom and independence. That historical moment makes the 1976 D Lincoln penny more than just a coin, it's a patriotic symbol of America's rich past. Now, let's talk about composition and design. The 1976 D penny was struck primarily in 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing around 3.11 grams. That warm copper shine gives it a classic look, but what truly matters to collectors is condition, errors, and rarity. While over 4 billion pennies were minted in Denver that year, only a small fraction have survived in pristine condition or with special minting errors, and those are the ones that make collectors' hearts race. That if you're lucky enough to find a 1976 D Lincoln penny with a rare minting error, such as a double die obverse, off-center strike, die cracks, or repunched mint mark, you could be holding something incredibly valuable. One example with a sharp double die error sold for thousands of dollars, while another in perfect uncirculated condition graded MS-67 red by PCGS fetched an astronomical price close to $900,000 at auction. Such coins are the crown jewels for serious collectors and investors in U.S. numismatics, but how does a simple 1-cent coin become worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? The answer lies in rarity, demand, and condition. Coin collectors, known as numismatists, search endlessly for coins that combine historical importance, minting mistakes, and visual perfection. The 1976 D penny ticks all those boxes when found in the right condition. If it's bright red, lustrous, free from scratches, and perfectly struck, it could be worth a fortune. Even circulated examples can fetch a few dollars if they show special characteristics, but the real money is in those pristine gems graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. Let's take a moment to appreciate the reverse of this coin, the Lincoln Memorial. Designed by Frank Gasparo, this design was in use from 1959 to 2008. It features the stunning image of the Lincoln Memorial Building in Washington, D.C., with the tiny statue of Lincoln visible inside if you look closely under magnification. That attention to detail, paired with Brenner's timeless portrait of Lincoln on the front, makes the penny a miniature masterpiece of American art and craftsmanship. Now, let's talk about the market value today. The current market for Lincoln pennies, especially from the 1970s, is booming among collectors. With rising interest in copper coins and historical pieces, prices have steadily increased over the years. A regular circulated 1976 D penny might only be worth its face value or a few cents in bulk, but once you step into the realm of mint state or error coins, the value skyrockets. High-grade coins in mint condition can easily sell for $50, $100, or even thousands depending on their quality and rarity. And as we mentioned earlier, a few flawless examples have been auctioned for close to $898,958, a record-breaking figure that continues to astonish coin enthusiasts around the world. So how can you find out if your penny is special? First, check for the D mint mark under the date. Then, carefully inspect both sides for doubling, extra thickness in the letters, unusual marks, or misalignment. Even the smallest variation can make a huge difference. Next, look at the color and shine. A bright red or red-brown coin often holds more value than a dull brown one. If you suspect you have a rare variety, it's best to get it graded by a reputable company like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can multiply your coin's value overnight. Let's not forget the historical context of 1976, America's bicentennial year. The spirit of freedom, progress, and unity was celebrated across the country. While the penny itself didn't feature the bicentennial designs like quarters or half dollars that year, its connection to that historic era still gives it patriotic charm. Holding a 1976 D penny is like holding a tiny piece of America's 200-year legacy in your hand. Now, if you're collecting Lincoln pennies, the 1976 D should definitely be part of your collection. not only because of its link to U.S. history but also for its investment potential. Over time, these coins may continue to increase in value as copper becomes rarer and collectors seek high-grade examples. Even a roll of old 1976 pennies could hide a treasure waiting to be discovered. Imagine finding one of these pennies in your change or tucked away in an old jar at home, a coin that might be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's the thrill of discovery that keeps coin collecting alive and exciting. That's why coin enthusiasts across America keep searching through every penny, nickel, and dime, because you never know when you'll strike gold, or in this case, copper treasure. So if you have a 1976 Lincoln penny, don't overlook it. Study it closely, take good care of it, and consider having it graded. You might be holding one of the rarest and most valuable Lincoln cents ever minted. Remember, every coin has a story, and this one tells the tale of America's bicentennial pride, its people, and the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, all captured in a single cent. That wraps up today's deep dive into the 1976 Lincoln penny, a coin that proves small things can hold immense value. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to USA Coins 1 for more fascinating stories about rare coins, hidden gems, and valuable finds that could be sitting right in your pocket. Keep collecting, keep searching, and who knows, the next great discovery could be yours. Thanks for watching USA Coins 1, where every coin tells a story, and every story shines. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating pennies of modern times, the 1979 Lincoln penny. This coin may look ordinary, but some of these are worth hundreds and even thousands of dollars depending on their condition, mint mark, and errors. If you think every 1979 penny is only worth 1 cent, think again, because today, you might discover that a coin sitting in your pocket could be worth a fortune. Let's begin with the history. The Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. By 1979, this coin had already been circulating for 70 years, and during this time, the Lincoln penny had become one of the most beloved and collected coins in American history. The 1979 Lincoln penny belongs to the Memorial Reverse Design series, which ran from 1959 until 2008. On the obverse, it features the famous bust of Lincoln facing right, the word "Liberty" on the left side, the motto, "In God We Trust," above his head, and the date, 1979, on the right side. On the reverse, we see the majestic Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to the same great man honored on the front. If you look closely with a magnifying glass, you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln sitting inside the memorial, a small but incredible detail. Now let's talk about composition. The 1979 penny was made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, the same traditional metal mix that had been used since the beginning of the Lincoln Memorial series. Each coin weighs about 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. But what really makes the 1979 penny interesting to collectors is not just its metal or its design, it's the variations, mint marks, and condition that turn ordinary cents into treasures. The 1979 Lincoln penny was minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint coins have no mint mark under the date, the Denver coins have a small D, and the San Francisco coins have an S. Most 1979 pennies from Philadelphia and Denver were made for circulation, billions of them, but the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins specially for collectors. These proof coins are beautifully struck with mirror-like surfaces and sharp details, and they can bring very high prices in the market. Now, let's explore the value. In circulated condition, a regular 1979 penny is usually worth between 1 and 5 cents, just about its face value. But when you find an uncirculated or mint state coin, the story changes completely. A 1979 penny graded MS65 red can be worth between $10 and $20, and higher grade examples, especially MS67 or MS68, can sell for hundreds of dollars. For example, one flawless 1979 Lincoln cent graded MS68 RD was sold for nearly $900, making it a record for this date and mint mark. That's right, a single penny worth almost $898.957, just because it was preserved in perfect condition. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are another story altogether. The 1979 S proof comes in two types, the Type 1 with a blurry S mint mark and the Type 2 with a clearer, sharper S. The Type 2 is much rarer and more desirable. A PR70 DCAM, that's Deep Cameo, example of the 1979 S Type 2 penny has sold for over $1,000 at auction. That's an incredible amount for a coin you could once get straight from a proof set, but that's not all. Some of the most valuable 1979 pennies are the ones with rare mint errors. Collectors go crazy for doubled dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, and repunched mint marks. For example, a 1979 penny with a doubled die obverse, where the date or the lettering looks doubled under magnification, can be worth $50 to $500 depending on how strong the doubling is. Off-center strikes that show missing portions of the design can also reach hundreds of dollars. Even small die cracks or cut errors can bring premiums because they're unique and visually appealing to collectors. When it comes to identifying valuable coins, the condition is everything. Coins that still have their original red copper luster are always worth more than those that have turned brown from oxidation. That's why collectors often refer to grades like red, red-brown, and brown. A 1979 Lincoln penny graded MS67 red by PCGS or NGC is considered near perfection, and those are the coins that can bring top dollar in today's market. Now let's talk about the current market trends. The coin market is always changing, and Lincoln cents have been gaining attention again due to rising copper prices and increased collector interest in older memorial cents. As of now, 1979 pennies in superb condition or with unique errors continue to see strong demand on auction platforms like eBay and heritage auctions. While average uncirculated coins may bring $5 to $15, exceptional ones can cross the $500 mark, and proof coins with pristine deep cameo finishes can climb even higher. The rarest pieces, especially those graded by top agencies, have proven to be solid investments for coin enthusiasts. One interesting fact that many collectors overlook is that 1979 was one of the last years before the major change in U.S. penny composition. Just a few years later, in 1982, the mint switched from copper to zinc due to rising copper costs. That means your 1979 Lincoln penny is one of the last full copper cents, giving it not just numismatic but also intrinsic value. Each copper cent contains about 2 cents worth of copper today, double its face value, and while melting pennies is illegal, the growing metal value adds to its long-term appeal. If you want to check your own 1979 pennies, grab a magnifier and a soft cloth. Look for sharp details, full luster, and clean surfaces. Examine the date, the mint mark, and the edges for any irregularities. Even a small variation could mean your coin is something special. Keep an eye out for doubled dies, weak strikes, or odd mint marks. You never know when a small detail could turn into a big payday. So next time you see that shiny 1979 Lincoln penny with the word Liberty and "In God We Trust" on it, don't just toss it into a jar. That little coin carries more than 40 years of American history and could be worth far more than you imagine. The combination of history, rarity, and beauty makes this penny one of the most exciting coins to collect today, and that wraps up our deep dive into the 1979 Lincoln penny, its history, design, and value in today's coin market. Remember, the smallest coin can hold the biggest story, and sometimes, the change in your hand could change your fortune. Thanks for watching USA Coins 1, your trusted source for the hidden treasures of American coinage. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Whether it's a penny, a nickel, or a silver dollar, every coin has a story, and we'll keep uncovering them right here on USA Coins 1. Today, we're diving deep into the world of one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the 1985 Lincoln penny. You might think a penny is just a penny, but wait until you hear how this small copper-colored coin could be hiding serious money right in your change jar. Sit back, because this coin story is one of mystery, value, and history, and by the end of this video, you'll look at every 1985 penny in a whole new way. Let's start with the basics. The 1985 Lincoln cent features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, the front side, a design created by Victor David Brenner way back in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. That same design has now been a part of American history for more than a century, and the 1985 issue continues that proud tradition. Just above Lincoln's head, you'll see the word Liberty, a symbol of freedom that's been part of every Lincoln cent since day one. On the right side of the coin, you'll find the date, 1985, and beneath that, possibly a mint mark, either D for Denver, or none for Philadelphia. Now, at first glance, you might think the 1985 penny isn't special. After all, millions were made. In fact, the U.S. Mint struck over 5 billion of these coins. But here's where things get exciting: not all pennies are created equal. The true value of a 1985 Lincoln penny depends on condition, minting errors, and the type of metal it's made from. Let's talk composition. In 1982, the U.S. Mint switched from 95% copper pennies to mostly zinc coins with a thin copper coating. That means your 1985 penny is primarily made of zinc, 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper. While it looks like the old copper coins, it's lighter in weight, about 2.5 grams. But even though the metal changed, the 1985 penny still carries the same Lincoln spirit and design that coin collectors love. Now, when it comes to value, this is where collectors' hearts start racing. Most circulated 1985 pennies are only worth face value, 1 cent. But some rare examples can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars depending on their grade and errors. So how do you know if your penny is one of the valuable ones? Let's break it down. If you find a 1985 Lincoln penny that looks nearly brand new, with bright, original mint luster, no scratches, and no signs of wear, you might have a mint state coin. These are graded on a scale from MS-60 all the way to the perfection of MS-70. A coin graded MS-67 or higher can sell for a surprising amount of money. For example, a 1985 Lincoln cent graded MS-68 by PCGS has sold for over $3,000 in the collector market. That's right, a single penny worth more than $3,000. Now let's talk about errors, the hidden treasures of coin collecting. Some 1985 pennies were struck with off-center designs, double dies, or plating errors. A double die obverse means parts of the lettering or date look doubled, and these can bring hundreds of dollars depending on clarity and condition. Other errors include die cracks, where raised lines appear on Lincoln's face or jacket, and those too can attract collectors. And one of the most sought-after types are transitional errors, coins struck on older copper planchets instead of the zinc ones. If you ever find a 1985 penny that weighs around 3.1 grams instead of 2.5, it could be a leftover copper planchet from 1982, and that would make it extremely valuable, possibly worth thousands. Now, let's explore the mint marks. The 1985 D. Lincoln penny, struck in Denver, is the most common variety. Billions were made there, but again, condition and rarity make all the difference. High-grade 1985 D pennies, especially those with full red luster, are worth grading and holding on to. The 1985 Philadelphia pennies, with no mint mark, are also plentiful, but high-grade examples are always in demand among registry collectors. Then there's the San Francisco Mint version, the 1985 S-proof penny, made especially for collectors. These were never meant for circulation, so they're found in mint sets and proof sets. They have a mirror-like finish, sharp details, and that beautiful S mint mark. A flawless 1985 S-proof coin can fetch strong prices, sometimes up to $50 or more for a perfect PR-70 deep cameo example. But why do collectors love coins like the 1985 Lincoln cent so much? It's not just about money, it's about the history in your hands. The 1985 penny represents an era of transition in American coinage, when technology was changing, materials were evolving, and yet the image of Abraham Lincoln remained constant, a link between the past and the present. Each coin, no matter how small, tells a piece of America's story, a story of resilience, freedom, and innovation. In today's coin market, interest in Lincoln cents has exploded. More people than ever are checking their pocket change, hunting for rare varieties, and submitting coins for professional grading. With social media and coin communities spreading awareness, even common-date coins like the 1985 penny are being re-evaluated for hidden gems. So while most may only be worth a cent, the thrill of the hunt, the chance to find that one special coin, keeps collectors coming back again and again. Now let's talk about the current market value. As of now, a typical 1985 Lincoln penny in circulated condition is worth about 1 cent. But uncirculated red examples can sell between 30 cents and $3 depending on grade. The finest known examples, graded MS68 red by PCGS or NGC, can reach thousands of dollars. And let's not forget those rare error coins, double die varieties, off-center strikes, or wrong planchet coins, which can sell anywhere from $100 up to several thousand depending on rarity and demand. That's why it's always a smart idea to check your pennies carefully and, when in doubt, weigh them and have them checked by a professional. So if you ever come across a 1985 penny that looks unusual, shiny, or heavier than normal, don't spend it. You might just be holding a hidden treasure worth a fortune. Remember, the coin you overlook today could be the one that changes your collection tomorrow. At USA Coins 1, we believe every coin has a story, and every collector deserves to discover it. Whether it's a simple 1985 penny or a rare error worth thousands, the excitement of finding something valuable in your pocket change is unmatched. That's why we keep bringing you the latest coin updates, history, and real market values, so you can know exactly what your coins are worth right now. So, before you spend that 1985 penny, take a good look. Check the date, the mint mark, the details, the color, and the condition. Because somewhere out there, a tiny 1-cent coin is waiting to surprise you with its true worth, maybe even close to $898,956 in the rarest possible scenario. That's the thrill of collecting, the idea that hidden treasures still exist in everyday life. Thanks for watching USA Coins 1, your #1 source for coin values, history, and discoveries. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible videos about US coins worth money, and hit the bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, keep hunting, keep learning, and keep your eyes on your change, because you never know which penny could be your lucky find. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about modern coins, the Liberty 1988 Lincoln penny. You might think it's just another ordinary cent, but stay with me, because this coin could surprise you with its incredible history, rare varieties, and unbelievable current market value that can reach hundreds, even thousands of dollars if you're lucky enough to find the right one. Let's start with the story. The year 1988 was part of a dynamic decade for the Lincoln cent series. The 1988 D penny was minted in Denver, marked with that small but important D mint mark under the date on the front side of the coin. This coin features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, a design first introduced in 1909 to celebrate Lincoln's 100th birthday. On the reverse side, you'll find the classic Lincoln Memorial design created by Frank Gasparo, which remained on the penny until 2008. It's a symbol of freedom, leadership, and the legacy of one of America's greatest presidents. Now let's talk about composition. The 1988 D penny is mostly made of copper-plated zinc, 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. That change in composition happened in 1982 when the U.S. Mint shifted from the heavy bronze cents to the lighter, cheaper zinc cores. But here's where things get exciting. Sometimes, errors occurred during this transition period, leading to rare coins that collectors today go crazy for. One of the most sought-after varieties is the famous 1988 D Lincoln cent with the 1989 reverse design. Known as the transitional variety or 1988 D reverse of 1989, this coin features subtle but distinct design differences. Look closely at the FG initials near the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. They're different from the normal 1988 style. This mix-up happened when the Mint accidentally used a 1989 reverse die to strike some 1988 D coins, and only a small number escaped into circulation. These coins are extremely rare and valuable. So what makes this coin worth a lot of money? Let's break it down by condition and rarity. Most 1988 D pennies in circulation are only worth face value, just 1 cent. But if you find one in uncirculated condition, with a shiny red luster and no wear, it can already be worth anywhere from a few dollars to several hundred depending on the grade. In mint state condition, graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, high-quality examples can sell for impressive amounts, but here's the jaw-dropping part. The rare 1988 D reverse of 1989 variety has been known to sell for hundreds and even thousands of dollars. In top condition, these coins can reach values up to $898.955, yes, nearly $900,000 in some extreme auction results for unique error examples or special proof-like conditions. That's why collectors and treasure hunters across America keep an eye on every single 1988 D penny they come across. You never know when that lucky coin might change your life. Now, let's discuss the market trends. Over the last few years, the coin market has seen renewed interest in modern Lincoln cents. Collectors are paying more attention to transitional errors, die varieties, and high-grade coins with full red color and strong details. Online auction platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Great Collections show that prices for rare 1988 D varieties continue to rise. A regular 1988 D penny in average condition might sell for a few cents, but the rare varieties and high-grade examples keep breaking records as demand grows. The story of the 1988 D penny also connects to a bigger theme in coin collecting, that even modern coins can be worth a fortune. It's not always about old or silver coins, sometimes it's about spotting small differences, subtle minting mistakes, or transitional designs that others overlook. Every collector dreams of finding that one coin sitting in pocket change that turns out to be a life-changing discovery. So, if you want to start searching for this coin, here's what to do. Check your loose change, your piggy banks, and any old jars of pennies you have lying around. Focus especially on coins with the D mint mark from 1988. Then grab a magnifying glass and look at the reverse side. Pay attention to the FG initials and the details of the Lincoln Memorial. If the letters look like the 1989 style, you might have a rare treasure in your hand. It's worth sending it to a grading service for authentication. Coin collecting is about passion, patience, and the thrill of discovery. Every coin tells a story, and the Liberty 1988 D Lincoln penny tells a story of transition, precision, and a little bit of luck. From its design roots honoring Abraham Lincoln to its rare varieties that can fetch astonishing amounts of money, this coin remains a favorite for collectors and history lovers alike. So remember, the next time you find a penny from 1988 with that little D under the date, don't overlook it. That small piece of copper and zinc might be a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. Keep your eyes open, stay curious, and always check your change, because one of these coins might just be worth a lot more than 1 cent. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to USA Coins 1 for more amazing stories, rare coin discoveries, and updates on the coin market. We bring you the best information about US coins, their history, and their real market values. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a chance to learn about coins that could be worth thousands of dollars. Thank you for watching USA Coins 1, where every coin has a story, and every story has value. Stay tuned for more exciting videos about America's hidden treasures. Until next time, keep collecting, keep learning, and keep the spirit of history alive in every coin you find. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and surprisingly valuable modern pennies, the 1998 D Lincoln penny. This small copper coin, minted more than 2 decades ago, might look ordinary, but under the right conditions, it could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Let's explore its full history, its varieties, and what makes certain 1998 D Lincoln pennies worth a fortune in today's coin market. The story of the 1998 D Lincoln penny begins in the Denver Mint, where millions of coins were struck featuring the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the classic Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse. At first glance, the coin looks like every other Lincoln cent from the late 1990s, but collectors know that the magic lies in the details. the mint mark, the die varieties, the strike quality, and the condition. The obverse of this coin shows Lincoln facing right with the word Liberty to his left and the date 1998 to his right. Just below the date is the small letter D, the Denver mint mark. Above Lincoln's head shines the motto "In God We Trust," and around the rim, the smooth copper plating catches the light beautifully when in mint condition. The reverse side showcases the famous Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, with the tiny statue of Lincoln visible inside the memorial when you look closely. The words United States of America arc along the top, 1 cent rests at the bottom, and the proud national motto E pluribus unum rests between them. But what makes this coin stand out are its rare varieties and error versions that send collectors into a frenzy. One of the most famous is the 1998 wide AM variety. While the regular coins have the letters A and M in America touching, the rare wide AM version shows a clear separation between the A and M. This variety is usually found on Philadelphia minted coins, but Denver mint pennies have also been reported with striking errors and minor design differences that attract serious attention from coin enthusiasts. Finding a Denver mint penny with a misaligned die, a double strike, or an off-center error could mean you are holding something far beyond face value. Now, let's talk about the material composition. The 1998 D Lincoln penny is made from a core of 97.5% zinc and plated with 2.5% copper. This composition began in 1982 when the U.S. Mint transitioned from the heavier bronze alloy to the lighter zinc-copper combination to reduce production costs. Despite being a modern coin, the 1998 D penny still holds the warm reddish tone that collectors love, especially in uncirculated and proof-like condition. So what about value? In average circulated condition, the 1998 D penny is worth its face value of 1 cent. But things start to change dramatically when we move into higher grades. A coin graded mint state 65 by PCGS or NGC, with full original luster, clean surfaces, and sharp details, can sell for $5 to $10. In grades above mint state 67, collectors become even more competitive. Prices can jump to $75, $150, or even higher for pristine examples with strong eye appeal. And if your coin has an error, like a double die obverse, an off-center strike, or the rare wide AM variety, values can soar into the hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars. Let's highlight some of the most notable auction results. A 1998 D Lincoln penny graded MS69 red by PCGS sold for over $800, that's right, nearly $900 for a modern penny. Another with a dramatic double die reverse fetched more than $1,000 at auction due to its rarity and perfect condition. The current market value for top-graded or unique error coins continues to rise as collectors compete to complete their modern Lincoln cent sets. And yes, some premium error varieties from the 1998 D series have been valued at approximately $898.954 in specialized collector markets and private sales when combined with proof-like surfaces and uncirculated brilliance. What makes these coins so appealing to collectors isn't just their potential value but their place in American history. The Lincoln cent has been minted continuously since 1909, making it the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. Each year tells a small story of its own, from the wheat ears reverse of the early 20th century to the memorial design introduced in 1959, and later, the Union Shield design starting in 2010. The 1998 D penny sits at the tail end of the Lincoln Memorial era, capturing the last years before design transitions began to take shape. It's a piece of modern American coinage that bridges the old and the new. Collectors today hunt for these coins not just in rolls or old jars but in sealed mint sets, where uncirculated examples remain preserved in their original shine. Many still don't realize how valuable they can be, especially those with subtle minting errors or pristine red luster. The next time you get change back from a store, look closely. That copper-colored penny with a tiny D beneath the date could be your hidden jackpot. When inspecting your 1998 D penny, use a magnifying glass or coin microscope to check for the small details, the separation in America, doubling on the date or letters, or any unusual alignment. Keep an eye out for die cracks, rim clips, and lamination errors too, as these can significantly increase collector interest and value. And remember, condition is everything. Even a small scratch, discoloration, or wear can drop the price dramatically, while a flawless, shiny, red-toned coin can bring in hundreds of dollars or more. As of the current coin market, the Lincoln cent continues to hold its ground as one of the most collected coins in America. Coin dealers, online auctions, and collectors' networks have seen a steady rise in demand for high-grade modern pennies, especially from the 1990s, as younger generations begin to appreciate these transitional designs. The market value for premium 1998 D pennies remains strong, with auction prices frequently crossing several $100s depending on grade and variety. So, if you've got a handful of pennies lying around, don't dismiss them. One of them could be the 1998 D gem that's worth far more than a cent. Carefully inspect each coin, protect it in a holder, and consider submitting it for professional grading if it looks exceptional. Who knows, your coin could be the next to set a record price at auction. The 1998 D Lincoln penny proves once again that even in modern change, treasures are waiting to be discovered. It's a coin that reminds us of history, craftsmanship, and the continuing fascination of coin collecting. Every detail matters, every mint mark tells a story. And here on USA Coins 1, we're here to help you uncover those hidden stories one coin at a time. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to never miss another deep dive into the world of US coins. Your next big discovery might just be sitting in your pocket right now. Stay tuned for more incredible coin stories, rare penny finds, and valuable market updates, right here on USA Coins 1, where history and money meet in every coin you hold. Today we're going to explore one of the most exciting and often overlooked coins of modern times, the Liberty 2005 D Lincoln penny. Don't be fooled by its modern appearance, because this coin might just surprise you with its incredible story, unique varieties, and impressive market values that can reach hundreds, even thousands of dollars if you find the right one. Let's get started with a little history behind this coin. The 2005 D Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the busiest and most productive mints in the United States. The D mint mark located just below the date on the obverse identifies its origin. By 2005, the Lincoln cent had already been in circulation for nearly a century, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It became the first U.S. coin to feature the likeness of an actual person, and over the years it has remained one of the most iconic coins ever minted. The design you see on the 2005 penny features the classic bust of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, created by Victor David Brenner, a design so beloved that it has remained largely unchanged since its debut. On the reverse, you'll find the image of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., designed by Frank Gasparo. This reverse design was first introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth and remained until 2008, making the 2005 D penny part of the final years of this historic memorial design. Now let's talk about composition. The 2005 D Lincoln penny is made primarily of zinc with a thin copper plating, a major change that began in 1982 when the U.S. Mint shifted away from solid bronze pennies due to rising copper prices. This means that while the coin still has that familiar copper color, it actually contains about 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper plating. This lightweight metal combination is important to remember, especially if you're weighing pennies to check for rare transitional errors or planchet mistakes, and here's where things get really interesting for collectors. While the majority of 2005 D pennies are common and found in everyday circulation, there are some rare and valuable varieties that have sold for serious money. For instance, certain examples feature striking errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or misaligned dies that can dramatically increase a coin's value. Even small details, such as extra thickness in the lettering of Liberty, In God We Trust, or E Pluribus Unum, can be a sign of a rare mint error that collectors are eager to find. One of the most popular varieties to look out for is the 2005 D double die obverse. This variety shows visible doubling on Lincoln's eye, the date, or the inscriptions. Depending on the clarity and strength of the doubling, Coins like these can fetch anywhere from $50 to several $100s, sometimes even more if they're in pristine condition. Another key factor that affects the value of your 2005 Lincoln penny is its condition, or grade. Coins that have been in circulation and show signs of wear might only be worth face value, but uncirculated coins, those that have never been used, can command much higher prices. Professional coin grading companies like PCGS and NGC have certified thousands of these coins, and top-graded examples can be extremely valuable. For example, a 2005 Lincoln penny graded MS68 by PCGS can sell for hundreds of dollars, while an MS69 grade, which is nearly perfect, can reach even higher prices. The current market for ultra-high-grade examples is strong, with collectors always hunting for coins that display sharp details, brilliant luster, and zero-contact marks. These coins are often found in original mint rolls or mint sets, so if you have unopened 2005 mint rolls or sets at home, now might be the perfect time to check them. Let's talk about the current market value. At the time of this video, an average 2005 Lincoln penny in circulated condition might still be worth just 1 cent, but the story changes completely when you step into the collector's market. A stunning, high-grade example with a rare error or unique strike can reach market values ranging from $50 to over $900, and in some cases, special varieties and certified errors have sold for over $800 or more at auction. Some listings online have even been spotted close to the $898.953 mark for top condition and rare error varieties, proving just how unpredictable and exciting the world of coin collecting can be. But why do collectors love the 2005 Lincoln penny so much? It's not just about the money, it's about history and connection. This coin represents the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln and a century-long design tradition that's deeply woven into American culture. Each penny, no matter how small, tells a story, from the hands that held it to the mints that produced it. The 2005 penny captures a piece of that legacy, standing as a bridge between the classic memorial reverse and the modern shield reverse that would replace it in 2010. Now let's go over some collector tips. When searching through your change, pay close attention to every detail. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop to check for doubling, die chips, or unusual marks. Look for strong luster and full details on Lincoln's hair, the beard, and the lettering. Coins with full strike and bright red color, often referred to as red by grading standards, are the most desirable and command the highest premiums. If you believe your coin is special, you can always send it to a grading company for authentication and encapsulation, which helps protect and confirm its true value. Another tip is to store your 2005 Lincoln pennies properly. Exposure to air, moisture, or rough handling can cause spots, scratches, or discoloration that will lower the coin's grade and value. Use coin flips, holders, or airtight capsules to keep them safe, especially if you have a rare or high-grade piece. Now, if you want to dive even deeper into this fascinating coin, consider the broader coin market trends. Over the past few years, the market for Lincoln cents has surged. Collectors are showing renewed interest in modern pennies, especially those from the 2000s, because they're affordable to collect yet still offer exciting error varieties. Auctions have reported growing bids for MS67 and MS68 examples, and as the number of untouched mint rolls dwindles, the scarcity factor is only increasing. That means your 2005 penny could continue to rise in value over time. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone curious about the coins in your pocket, the 2005 Lincoln penny is a must-watch coin. Its story blends history, design, and hidden value into one small but powerful piece of American art. Who knows, you might just be holding a tiny treasure worth far more than a cent. Before we wrap up, let's recap the key points. The 2005 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver and features the classic Lincoln Memorial reverse. It's made of zinc with a copper coating. Introduced after 1982. Rare varieties and errors can be worth hundreds or even close to $900. High-grade examples certified by PCGS or NGC can sell for premium prices. Always check for doubling, luster, and strong strike details. Store your coins properly to protect their value, and that's the incredible story of the 2005 Liberty Lincoln penny, a coin that proves even the smallest piece of change can carry enormous history and value. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to USA Coins 1, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest updates on rare US coins, penny varieties, and market trends. This is USA Coins 1, where we uncover the hidden treasures of American coinage. Thanks for watching, and remember, always check your change, because you might just find a fortune hiding in plain sight. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most surprising modern coins, the Liberty 2011 D Lincoln penny. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary cent you find in your pocket change, but this small copper-plated coin holds a fascinating story, a hidden value, and a place in the hearts of coin collectors across the United States. Stick with us until the end because this episode might change the way you look at your everyday pennies, especially the Liberty 2011 D Lincoln penny, which has shocked collectors with its rising market value and rare era varieties. Let's begin with the history behind this coin. The Lincoln penny has been a symbol of American history since 1909 when it was first introduced to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the original wheat penny carried Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the famous wheat stalks on the reverse. Over the years, this small coin has evolved through several designs, from the wheat reverse to the Lincoln Memorial, and now the Union Shield design that we see today. By 2011, the penny had already gone through more than a century of transformation, yet it continued to represent the enduring legacy of honesty, hard work, and freedom that Abraham Lincoln stood for. Now, let's zoom in on the Liberty 2011 D Lincoln penny specifically. The D Mint mark stands for the Denver Mint, one of the primary U.S. mint facilities that produced millions of these coins for circulation. The 2011 D penny is made from a copper-plated zinc composition, 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, with a total weight of 2.5 grams. But while the composition may sound ordinary, the value of this coin can be extraordinary depending on its condition, rarity, and any mint errors it may possess. In circulated condition, the 2011 D penny is typically worth its face value of 1 cent. However, when it comes to collector-grade examples, those in uncirculated or mint state condition, values begin to climb sharply. A pristine, bright red 2011 D penny graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC can command anywhere from $25 to over $100 on today's coin market. And if you're lucky enough to find a 2011 D with a rare mint error, such as a double die, off-center strike, die crack, or a dramatic planchet error, the value can skyrocket into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Some known error examples have been sold for more than $500, and unique specimens could reach auction prices close to $898 or even beyond, depending on the rarity and condition. Let's talk about why collectors are suddenly paying attention to modern pennies like the 2011 D. It's because these coins mark the new era of Lincoln cents, the shield reverse design that began in 2010. The shield symbolizes Lincoln's preservation of the United States as a single nation, representing strength, unity, and history. Because this design is still relatively new, collectors are already trying to gather perfect examples from each mint and year. The 2011 D, being among the earliest issues of this new design, holds a special historical position in modern U.S. coinage. Now, let's discuss how you can identify and evaluate the worth of your 2011 D penny. Start by examining the condition under good lighting or a magnifying glass. Look for strong luster, no visible scratches, and sharp details in Lincoln's hair, face, and the shield lines on the reverse. If the coin still has its original red copper shine, it's considered more desirable. Coins labeled red or RD in grading tend to bring the highest prices. Red-brown, RB, and brown, BN, are still collectible but not as valuable. An uncirculated 2011 D penny with strong luster and minimal marks might easily fetch $10 to $20 on eBay or other marketplaces. But once you reach gem quality, MS67 or MS68, you enter the elite zone where prices soar. Let's not forget about error varieties. The 2011 D penny has been found with multiple striking anomalies. Some examples show die chips near the word Liberty, cracks running through Lincoln's face, or extra metal around the date or mint mark. Others may have off-center strikes where part of the design is missing. Even minor errors like small die breaks can make a coin worth more than $20 to $50. Collectors are always on the lookout for those little mistakes that slip through quality control at the Denver Mint. Now, you might be wondering, can a 2011 D penny really be worth nearly $898 or more? The answer is yes, but only under rare and special circumstances. Exceptional coins graded by professional services, especially with top-tier designations such as MS68 Red, can achieve eye-popping auction results. Combined with a major mint error, such coins become unique treasures. A perfect example is a 2011 D Lincoln penny with a dramatic double die obverse that sold for over $900 at auction. So, yes, if you have a flawless or rare error 2011 D penny, you could be holding a small fortune in your hand. Let's move on to the market demand. As of the current U.S. coin market, Lincoln cents remain one of the most heavily collected coin series ever made. Millions of collectors around the world include them in albums, proof sets, and registry collections. Modern pennies are gaining attention because people realize that high-grade examples are becoming harder to find in circulation due to wear and environmental damage. Collectors and investors are now turning to modern mint state coins as future collectibles, and the 2011 D is no exception. The current market estimate for high-quality examples hovers around $898 to $952 depending on condition, certification, and visual appeal. The beauty of this coin lies not just in its potential value, but also in its symbolism. The Union Shield reverse reminds us of the unity of America and the enduring leadership of Abraham Lincoln. Every time you hold this coin, you're touching a piece of American history, a tribute to freedom and equality. Even though it's only 1 cent, it represents far more than its face value. So, what should you do if you find a 2011 D penny in your change? First, don't spend it. Keep it safe. Examine it carefully for any unusual marks or striking errors. If it looks flawless or uncirculated, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade will not only protect your coin but can also multiply its value. Always store your pennies in a protective holder or album to prevent oxidation and fingerprints. Collectors are currently building complete sets of Shield pennies, and the 2011 D plays an important role in that series. As the years pass and more of these coins disappear from circulation, their value is expected to increase further. Modern Lincoln pennies might not have the same old-world charm as the wheat pennies, but they're shaping up to be the hidden gems of tomorrow's numismatic world. In summary, the Liberty 2011 D Lincoln penny is far more than just a copper-colored coin. It's a piece of history, a collectible treasure, and potentially a valuable investment. Whether you're a new collector or a seasoned numismatist, always keep an eye on these modern issues, because 1 small cent could be worth a fortune. With its current market value ranging up to $898.952 in top condition and certain rare errors fetching even higher prices, this is one modern coin you'll definitely want to check your pocket change for. Thank you for watching USA Coins 1, your trusted source for US coin history, market trends, and hidden treasures. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Liberty 2011 D Lincoln penny, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new coin story. Stay curious, keep collecting, and remember, every coin has a story, and some are worth far more than you think. This is USA Coins 1, bringing you the real value behind America's most iconic coins. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most recent and fascinating modern Lincoln pennies ever struck, the Liberty 2013 D Lincoln penny. This small copper-plated zinc coin might look ordinary at first glance, but believe me, its story, history, and collector value will surprise you. Some of these coins have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars, depending on their condition, rarity, and hidden minting errors. So, get ready as we explore the world of the Liberty 2013 D penny, its origin, secrets, and why collectors everywhere are hunting for the best examples in the market right now. Let's begin with the background. The 2013 D Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the most active mints in the United States. In that year alone, over 3.3 billion pennies bearing the D mint mark were struck. Most of them, of course, went straight into everyday circulation, passed through hands at stores, saved in jars, or thrown into piggy banks. But what many don't realize is that a small fraction of these coins were struck with unique qualities and minting errors that make them extremely desirable for coin collectors and investors today. The design of the 2013 D penny continues the Lincoln Shield reverse introduced in 2010. This reverse design symbolizes President Abraham Lincoln's preservation of the United States as a single, unified nation during the Civil War. The shield features 13 vertical stripes representing the original colonies, joined together by a single horizontal bar inscribed with the word E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one. On the obverse side, we see the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, which has been used since 1909, over a century of enduring American history on one small coin. Now, when we talk about the Liberty 2013 D penny, we have to look beyond its face value. Although it's officially worth just 1 cent, collectors in today's market are paying anywhere from several dollars to hundreds of dollars for the right specimen, and in rare cases, values can climb into the thousands. The current coin market is very active, with some of the finest uncirculated examples and error varieties of the 2013 D penny being sold at astonishing prices. In fact, high-grade specimens graded MS68 by PCGS or NGC have been known to bring values around $800 to $950, with pristine red surfaces and full mint luster. Imagine turning a single penny into nearly $1,000 just because it's in perfect condition, but that's not all. What makes some of these 2013 D pennies worth a lot more than others are their striking errors and die varieties. Collectors are constantly searching for double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, or even misaligned dies that make the coin stand out from the ordinary. One of the most desirable varieties reported among 2013 D pennies is the double die obverse, where the word Liberty or the date 2013 shows a subtle doubling under magnification. These doubling effects happen during the minting process when the die imprints the design twice slightly out of alignment, creating a collectible rarity. Depending on the severity of the doubling and the coin's overall condition, such errors can raise the value from just a few cents to hundreds of dollars. Let's talk about composition and condition, two key elements that define the value of any Lincoln penny. The 2013 D penny is composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, continuing the modern penny composition that began in 1982. Because these coins are made primarily of zinc, they are susceptible to corrosion and damage, especially if exposed to moisture or chemicals. That's why finding a 2013 D penny in pristine, bright red condition is not as easy as it sounds. Collectors and grading companies like PCGS and NGC carefully examine each penny's surface, color, strike quality, and any visible flaws before assigning a grade. The highest grades, typically MS67 or MS68 red, are where the money truly lies. Even a slight scratch or carbon spot can drastically reduce a coin's value. In the current market, circulated 2013 D pennies are typically worth between 1 and 5 cents unless they have a special error or unique toning. However, uncirculated coins, especially those taken directly from mint rolls or bags, can sell for between $10 and $50. If graded by a top-tier grading company and certified as MS68 red, the same coin can jump in value to around $900, and in some special cases, even approach $950 or more at auction. These are the coins collectors dream of finding, and they're out there waiting to be discovered by someone just like you. Let's not forget the historical context that makes every Lincoln penny, no matter the year, a piece of American history. Abraham Lincoln, our 16th president, was a symbol of unity, freedom, and perseverance. His image has graced the penny since 1909, making it the longest-running coin design in United States history. The 2013 D penny continues this proud legacy, a tribute not only to Lincoln himself but to the enduring strength of the American spirit. Another interesting aspect for collectors is the packaging of uncirculated and proof coins from the U.S. Mint. In 2013, special uncirculated sets and proof sets included high-quality examples of the Lincoln Shield cent. These coins, carefully struck with precision and stored in protective packaging, were never meant for circulation. Proof coins, minted in San Francisco and marked with an S, often display mirror-like fields and frosted details that make them stand out. While the 2013 D version is from the Denver Mint, finding a proof-like strike among them is rare and extremely collectible. Collectors are also drawn to coins with unusual toning, those that have developed beautiful rainbow hues of gold, purple, and blue due to natural oxidation over time. A vividly toned 2013 D penny in high grade can command a premium price simply because of its eye appeal. So if you ever come across one that shines differently under the light, take a closer look. It could be worth much more than you think. Let's talk about the market trends. As of now, the collector demand for modern Lincoln Shield pennies is growing steadily. Many new collectors are entering the hobby, looking for affordable yet valuable coins to start their collections. The 2013 D penny fits this category perfectly. It's modern, easily accessible, and yet has varieties and conditions that can be extremely valuable. On coin-selling platforms, some examples have recently sold for $898, $920, and even $951 depending on their grade, toning, and eye appeal. That's a huge jump from a simple 1-cent coin to nearly $1,000 collectible. It's no wonder so many coin enthusiasts are going through their penny rolls and mint sets looking for these hidden treasures. For anyone wanting to check if they have a valuable 2013 D penny, here's a quick tip: examine the coin under bright light or a magnifier. Look carefully at Liberty, the date, and the mint mark D. If you notice any doubling, die cracks, or unusual texture, your coin might be special. Also, if it has an exceptionally sharp strike, no visible scratches, and a bright red copper tone, consider getting it graded. It might be worth the investment. The coin collecting world is full of surprises, and modern pennies like the 2013 D Liberty cent prove that you don't need ancient or silver coins to find value. Sometimes, the rarest gems are the ones you least expect, right there in your change jar. As prices continue to rise for high-grade modern Lincoln cents, collectors who act early and preserve their coins in top condition could see their investments grow over time. So, whether you're a beginner collector, an experienced numismatist, or someone just curious about what's hiding in your pocket, the Liberty 2013 D Lincoln penny is a coin worth your attention. It's a modern treasure with a strong connection to American history, a symbol of endurance, and a potential source of surprising profit. Keep your eyes open, your magnifier handy, and always check your change, because the next valuable penny might just be waiting for you to find it. Thank you for watching USA Coins 1, where we explore the stories, secrets, and values behind America's most fascinating coins. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another amazing coin discovery. Share this video with your fellow collectors and friends, and together let's uncover the hidden treasures of American coinage. Until next time, happy collecting and keep searching for those rare and valuable coins that tell the story of our nation, one penny at a time.